This is the iPad Show, episode 43. We're going to be talking about the best of 2010 applications. So let's get started. Put your headphones on. Here we go.
From the studios of Television Media, here's Steve Lostigo and Dave Buchanan.
And Lane.
Inside the control station, a team of specialists with ultra-sensitive electronic equipment. These men are waiting for the climax of a dramatic experiment they've been working on for many months, an experiment known by its code name as
The iPad Show.
Welcome to the iPad Show. We've got a lot to talk about this week. It is the end of the year, the end of 2010, and we're going to be doing a rundown of our favorite apps of the year. And in the studio here, we have Lane. Welcome to the show, Lane.
Hey, welcome to the show, Dave.
Behind the board doing the magic. You have a big iPad over your midsection there.
Yes.
Oh, giant iPad on the screen. Yeah, if you really aren't watching the video of this, this show is best consumed in video format, I believe.
Yeah, you're totally missing out.
Yeah.
We're not that pretty to look at, but we are funny. We are funny to look at.
That's
what I keep telling myself to get through the day.
If my hair behaves, sometimes I'm quite the quite the devil to look at. Oh boy,
you just can't quite keep up with Leo's.
No, I can't.
Coif.
And thank you for everyone who voted for us on the People's Choice Podcast Awards.
Definitely.
It was a great competition. Unfortunately, Leo beat us out a little bit in Best Tech Podcast. What can you?
I kind of expected it. you know,
a little bit.
I figured I spent all my luck this year on getting this fantastic Chrome netbook, so couldn't really hope for much more than that.
Yeah,
couldn't really ask for much
ridiculous.
more than that. So free netbook for me.
Yeah, Google.
Now back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
Mm-hmm. We've got iPads to talk about, though.
Oh, yeah.
And we've got apps. We got a lot of apps. Like, we've reviewed a lot of apps on this show.
For sure. Well, and a lot of people just got iPads for Christmas.
Yeah.
So they're probably asking themselves, what, Dave?
They're asking themselves, why did I spend all this money?
Well, I guess in a roundabout way, sure. I mean, they're probably asking themselves, what should I download? What else should I spend my money on?
Yes. What else can I spend my money on?
Well, you spend all your money on that iPad for apps.
Yeah, and you don't want to waste it.
No. So I think you came up with a nice special
we do
present for our viewers.
And on the show today, we're going to be talking about 10 of the best apps of the year. So we're going to have the 10 best iPad apps of 2010. But if you also go to our website, iPadshow.com.
That's right.
Yeah. You can find out another set of 20. So another set of 10 apps. So the 20 best apps of 2010.
Nice.
So I split it up because 20 and 10. So we're doing 10 on the show.
Well, and we want you to go to the website too.
Yeah.
Right. There's tons of other stuff for you to enjoy there.
And at the end of the review, we'll probably run down a list of what they are.
Yeah.
So the honorable mentions.
We'll cheat a little bit, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, but let's get started right away here with kind of who gets this show going. Our sponsors. Our sponsors are great. We like them a lot. And Spring Arbor University is the premier Christian university in South Central Michigan, and they do a lot of really cool stuff. And they have a very unique online program. They offer a bunch of different degrees, varying from communications to spiritual formation, all sorts of interesting online stuff. And they don't just they're not just a university that is online only, like one of those schools that are a little sketchy.
Yeah, and they're not for profit either.
Right. They are not for profit. They are a university that has a proven track record of producing quality, highly educated individuals like myself. So it's got to be amazing.
I do know tons of people that have graduated from SAU, and
yeah,
they are. I mean, we like to joke around about a lot of things, but that's one thing I wouldn't joke about.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a different education. I mean, they are a Christian university, and that means a lot to them. So if you want to check it out, visit www.arbor.edu/online degrees to find out more about what they offer and who they are, because they really have an interesting story, and it could be perfect for you. Once again, www.arbor.edu/online degrees. Pretty cool stuff. Let's get into our top 10 apps of the year. The number 10 app. We're starting at 10 here and working our way down to the number 1. Number 10 is Portfolio to Go. This is for Flickr. And it's a little application that will let you take your the images that you have on Flickr and put them on your iPad. And we're just going to talk a little bit about these applications and show you kind of what makes them the top app. We're not going to do a full review of these things here just because we don't really have enough time for that. But here we go. Portfolio to Go. Right there. You load it up, and this, when you first load it up, you kind of put your credentials for Flickr in here, and it brings in all of your albums. So, as you can see, it's updating some of these albums right here as we are looking through, and it's got this really interesting dual scrolling thing. So it caches your photos, so even if you're not connected to the internet, you have your Flickr photos on your iPad. And as soon as you load your pictures up to Flickr, they are on there. So you can just click on one picture, and it loads it up. And then you just scroll through, and you go through all these pictures here. These are photos from around Jackson. And it's really just magnificent, the kind of photography that you can get in this. I mean, it's your portfolio. I mean, these are pictures that I took around Jackson here. And it's really interesting stuff. And, of course, if you find a picture that's sideways like this, you just go like that. Boom. It readjusts it to the levels. And if you select this picture, you just click it, and you can get more info about it, I think. Well, you can click this. You can save it to your library, share photo on Facebook, share photo on Twitter, email photo to a friend. Lots of interesting features here in that section. Or they've got all these integrated features up here for sharing it between apps, kind of really doing portfolio stuff. So if you have clients, if you're a photographer, you can take these photos and share them with your clients. They can download a viewer application, a Portfolio to Go viewer application. And if you have friends on Flickr, like my friend Brandon here, he uploads a lot of photos too. And I can now do his photo album here on Flickr and see all the stuff that he's uploading. All these interesting images. I don't exactly know what's going on there. Something about a mustache on a stick. Yeah.
It looks like one of those the glasses that you use at the what would you call it, the play that women use with the binoculars or whatever, but it's a mustache.
Yes, a monocle stash. Yep. Those kids, they're pretty crazy. But you can then view all of his photos, all of his cached photos here. It's really, and let's go back to my album because mine are the best. Yeah, it just has tons of stuff, and it keeps your Flickr stuff synced with your iPad in just a way that is hard to do if you're not plugging your iPad in every day and syncing it.
Nice.
So,
which who has time for that, right?
Who has time for that? And that application is Portfolio to Go. It is our pick for best photo application of the year. $4.99 in the iTunes App Store. It's a pretty good deal, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, what other kind of stuff do you have this week?
Well, I think that application was not made by Flickr. Flickr has an application, but it's not that great. A lot of these applications we're seeing, the best of this year, aren't necessarily made by the developers for the tools. Like the number 9 application of the year is Friendly for Facebook. If you can believe it, Facebook does not have an application for the iPad specifically.
I can believe it.
It blows my mind.
They bailed out on the Android stuff for quite a while. I mean, they eventually came out with one, but it took them forever.
Yeah.
So yikes.
It's
They really
weird.
need to get on the game, though. You know?
I know. And Friendly has kind of stepped in and been like, you know what? We're going to build an app here. And this Friendly app was originally, it was like $2.99 or something. So it was a paid application. And some people were a little upset about that it was not a Facebook application that was paid. So we'll just open it up. It's really clean and simple. If Facebook were to make an app, it would look like this. And it's requiring me to log in because I just updated it before the show.
Let's switch off the password view.
Let's see if I can remember my password after having to change all of my passwords after that horrible Gawker Media
Debacle. Gawkbacle.
Yeah, that was a pain in the butt. I've deleted them from my bookmarks now. Come on.
You remember what your password is?
I think so. Tried to change
You gotta
it.
be smarter than the iPad, Dave.
There we go. That iPad won't get me down. All right. I hopefully all my friends don't mind me showing their portfolio or showing their Facebook profiles on here.
Yeah, there go your privacy settings, everybody.
Yep.
Put you right on the internet.
Yes. So, I mean, it's very simple design here. You've got kind of your interesting stuff up here, and it just makes it super simple to browse all your Facebook stuff. Some of the killer features of this is the photo stuff. So let's go to our photo feed here. How do we... Well, we can just click on a photo. Let's see. And my friend Anne, she posts interesting photos. There's some tea. And then you can just pick different settings. You can comment on photos right here. Or you can scroll through other photos. You know, close out of that. Go back to your stream here.
What makes this different from the Facebook app?
Well, the Facebook app is not a native application. So when you're using the regular Facebook app, it's a little difficult to use everything, and it just looks bad when it's zoomed in. And when you use the website, it's just a little funky still. The buttons are pretty small, and you have to zoom in and zoom out.
Oh, man.
With this one, I mean, chat is integrated into it, so they have a really interesting chat.
Oh, that's nice. How long has that been on there?
I don't know, but it's nice.
Because they just came. I know I keep bringing up Android because I like it, but they just came out with chat for Android.
Yeah, I think it's been on there for a while. But you can view the news feed or the live feed. A couple different options here. And I don't know if you can view... Oh, it also integrates places really well. So, like, if you choose your current location, we're going to keep our identities hidden here. Whoa, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. So, it's cool. It just gives you a different way to interface with Facebook, which I think is good. And now the application is free, so you don't have to worry about paying for it. That is gone. If Facebook isn't going to make their own app, Friendly is nice enough to step in and make their own.
Fill the void.
Filling the void is what they do. So
what do you have up for your next app review?
Well, our next app review is something else that will fill the void of your wonderingness. One thing, I love the large screen display on this iPad.
Yeah.
And when I first got the iPad, like, I was looking for all these kind of different weather applications. Like, that was one of the big things that came out. It was these applications that show the weather. And it was kind of fun. I mean, it was kind of cool, kind of cheesy. But I don't know. It's nice to have a nice display of the weather. But the one I find myself always using is a little application called Storm Spotter. And it's a little different than most of the weather applications that are out there. So I have on my iPad. Whoa! I have a whole folder dedicated to weather applications. Believe it or not.
No
An
way.
entire folder here. And I call it my weather folder. And it's got the weather HD app and just a weather app and the weather channel, weather station, AccuWeather. But the one that I find myself using, maybe because I'm a nerd, I like Doppler radar.
Hey.
And this one is called Storm Spotter. It's probably not going to be too interesting this time of year in the wintertime. But,
Well, we are supposed to get thunderstorms next week up here.
oh really?
Yeah, they said for New Year's Day, rain and even possible thunderstorms.
Oh my.
In Michigan, if you can believe it.
Wow. So this one, it shows you live radar. So it brings up a map and you can zoom in, zoom out, move it around. It shows you a nice little key down at the bottom here. You click on it and it shows you what those mean. Base reflectivity. You can choose from different kind of radar products here. Reflexivity, velocity, rainfall, other, and you can choose different base levels for those, or a composite even. And just zoom out and see what the radar is doing around here. You know, you can pick different radar towers to bounce off of. And it'll show you a little bit of info about those. There's a play button here, so it'll go through time.
Wow.
So it'll display through there. You can pick kind of the radar lists that you want to use from around here. It's really...
It's like a weatherman's weather app.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you want to see what the weatherman sees, this is it. And it'll give you severe weather warnings right here. It'll let you know about those for tornado warnings, thunderstorm warnings, flash floods. Yeah. And you can just turn settings on for all these. It's pretty cool. So, yeah. It's a fun app, and it's simple. And this is what I like about apps on the iPad. It's just a really simple application that's done really well. And it uses the best features of the iPad, the large screen and the touch display, to really let you dig into that specific thing. So kind of cool. Storm Spotter. It is our best weather app of 2010. It's $4.99. It's not cheap. It is not cheap.
Yeah.
But
well, we picked out a pattern this year, right? It seemed like the best apps are about $5. It seems to be the sweet spot.
$4.99 is definitely kind of where it's at for a lot of these apps. So
good times.
Cool stuff.
Well, we have another app review coming up, right?
We do. We're just full of app reviews this week.
The countdown continues.
We are halfway through, aren't we? Is this number 5?
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? The application number 7 on our list. We're only at 7. Number 7 on our list today, Angry Birds HD.
Bum, bum, bum.
Of course, you know Angry Birds, and you love Angry Birds, and that's why it's number 7 on our list. It had to be in the top 10, because Angry Birds is just the best way to kill time anywhere in the world. And there's Angry Birds, upside down Angry Birds, nonetheless. There we go. And, whoa, oh my gosh. This is correct.
Yeah, the Mighty Eagle.
An in-app purchase. You can get the Mighty Eagle. So Angry Birds, it's loading up here. Yeah. You gotta buy this. Okay. The Mighty Eagle is downloading in the background. Sorry, I had to. Okay. So, you know Angry Birds. If you've never seen it before, you should really get used to this. Look at this. So, you got your little thing here, and then you got your Angry Birds. Just throw them up in the air. They come down. Tap. Oh, no, I missed it. My iPad's going a little slow today.
Because
After
that
all those
downloads
updates.
in the background.
Oh, man. It's hard to do on an angle, too. I'm just making excuses. Here we go.
Have you let your Angry Birds skills get rusty?
I have. See, and you could hit the eagle. I'm not going to hit the eagle, but yeah, this is Angry Birds. It's so fun. As you can see, I've played almost every level here. Look at that. I don't know if there's one I haven't done. Oh! This is new.
Yeah,
Oh my
now they have
gosh.
these special editions, too, for, like, the Angry Birds
my gosh.
seasons.
Coming soon.
New levels to be released.
Oh. Whoa, man. Okay. I've got some more Angry Birding to do.
Yeah, but the Angry Birds it really has become their own franchise, right?
It has. Okay, we need to stop this music. It's getting a little wild. Yeah, so Angry Birds, I mean, it's a phenomenon. Yes. Angry Birds is a phenomenon. I even got my wife an Angry Birds plush doll for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like the little Angry Bird.
She loved it too, though, right?
Hasn't come yet.
How come you didn't buy me one?
I'll get you the Angry Birds pig. The little pig. Those are so
awesome.
Cute. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're just going to keep this
And how much is Angry Birds? Angry Birds?
free.
$4.99
$4.99
for the iPad.
I thought, well, it's free for Android.
Free for Android, not for the iPad. Are you kidding?
Sorry, guys.
It's $4.99. It's the sweet spot.
That's right.
Of
It is pretty awesome, though. Bigger screen. We'll say you're paying for the bigger screen.
I guess so.
If it makes you feel any better.
Well, and it really does make a difference on that bigger screen, though. Like, the game is so much more fun to play on the iPad.
Yeah, it's
Like,
harder on the small screen.
I mean, the Retina display is nice. But when you have this big, giant Angry Birds screen and you're just flinging birds everywhere,
Yeah.
there's nothing like it, people.
Yeah, the first time I played Angry Birds was on an iPad.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, it makes everything else just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Though it did perform well on that Galaxy tab. I think the big screens are nice.
Yeah. So something else we wanted to talk about, another one of our favorite applications of the year. We like to use our iPad here for musical devices. It is a great touchscreen, and musicians are flocking to it. We played a few videos on this show of musicians using the iPad just for such purposes. And my best musical app of 2010 is Bebot. It's a robot synthesizer. And this thing, I like it. It's simple. It uses touch interface perfectly, and it was one of the first synthesizer applications out there for the iPad that I found that worked really well. So let's open this bad boy up. And here we go. Bebot. It's a little robot. Super cute. Makes real robot sounds. It looks like a little robot in a tuxedo.
It looks like a Ren and Stimpy cartoon.
It's like that lady from the Jetsons.
Oh, like Rosie?
Like Rosie.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you just double tap down here, and there's tons of different presets, so you can just go. That's the looper. It just keeps looping it.
Nice.
Or you can and it does do auto tuning. This is a little bass, so you can rock some bass lines. And there's different axes on all of these controls, so if you go up and down, there's different effects on the notes. This is the normal Bebot. We like this. And it is multi-touch, so you can go, or you can go.
Oh, man.
Or
how many touch points?
that's 10 right there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a robot choir. Man, he's just going crazy. And every time you touch it, he makes a funny noise, too. It's just fun to watch. He's a little... Oh. And there's a theremin. Oh, this is... It's so fun. So incredibly fun. I mean, I would love to just use this in a band or something. And you just double tap that and you can do different effects. You can edit each one of these for different effects. You can pick different scales for it to play in, so you can preset the scales if you're playing along with a certain song. You can change the note grid with no note grid or with a note grid, hotkeys, scale settings, sharps, anything, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do, Bebot is there to help you.
Awesome.
So,
love this app.
This application, once again, it's cheap. $1.99. Bebot is our best music app of the year. It's a tight category, but this one just had, it was simple and it was fun and it's just a good app.
Awesome.
We liked it.
Man, that just makes me want to get an iPad.
I know, doesn't it? It really does.
It's no joke.
Yeah. It's those kind of applications that are just so simple and so fun that make it cool.
Awesome.
All right, some more cool stuff. We like to get stuff done around here. And when we're getting ready for our show, we got to know what the news is. And the iPad is a great news reader. And the best news reading application, the best reader app of 2010 is NewsRack. So NewsRack is an application that lets you subscribe to RSS feeds, or it even syncs with your Google account, your Google Reader or stuff. Yeah, Google Reader, is that it?
Or stuff.
Yeah, or stuff. So here it is. It loads up. It's loading all of the stuff in the background there. That's a story that I had been looking at before. And, it's just a good way to do Google Reader stuff. And once you read a story, it doesn't show on your screen anymore, so you don't have to read things twice. I've got tons of feeds in here, just tons of them. I mean, most of these are from my Google Reader account. I do have some delicious bookmarking stuff in there, so whenever people add a delicious bookmark to with my friends, and they go through there, and it does that. But I have all my feeds in different categories. You can go into all your unread stuff and just go through. It does take a little while to sync everything up, but yeah. So like this story's a little old. It's still going through. I mean, it's going through 8,000 different stories right now. Literally 8,000 is what it's loading up. Yeah, 8,303.
Nice.
So it takes a little while if you don't get into this app as much as you need to, or if you have a lot of feeds.
Yeah, look how many
it can
feeds
take
you have on there.
Yeah, it is a little ridiculous. I know.
Like to keep tabs on stuff, though.
Yeah.
That's the life of a technology show.
Mm-hmm. So, and you can do these little drop-down arrows, and it'll break it out. So I have like Apple Insider, Mac Daily News, and all these other Apple blogs, all under my Apple category. So I could see just what one blog's saying here, or go back and see what another blog is saying. So it seems to not up. It does take a little while to update. There was a sync error. Oh my goodness. That's what it was right there. Oh, because I changed my password.
So the Facebook, is that what it is? Or I guess you kids call it just Facebook now.
The what? What are you talking about?
I said the Facebook.
I don't know. But I changed my Google.
Sweet, look. There's me.
Oh.
There's you.
No, I changed my Google password because of the
securities.
Yeah. And I haven't updated this yet. Sorry. So,
but this does
cool.
It does reader integration?
Yes, it does. Especially if you're actually logged in with the correct password.
Oh, yeah.
That's why that sync error came up, because my password was wrong in this app. But if there's a story that you want to star or save for later, you can just go in here and click that little button next to it, and that stars it in your Google Reader.
Nice.
So you can go back either online or whatever, and that all syncs together if your password is right.
So especially like for us, I don't know about you, but like when I'm skimming over stories and everything, trying, for the show,
Yeah.
I go through and star stuff and then do
yeah.
a second round.
Yep.
So if you're a heavy news consumer,
Yeah.
it definitely makes it a lot easier to do a skim around and then go back over it again.
Yeah, you can just pick those things that you want out of there, even from just headlines. You can just boom, 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 go back into your starred, and then read it again. So that was News Rack, and once again, sweet spot, $4.99 for that app. So $4.99 for News Rack. It's worth it, I think, especially if you're a hardcore RSS reader.
And that is the best reader app.
It is.
So coming up, we also have the best social networking app.
We're social around here. What can I say? Best social networking app, Hootsuite. No question. Hootsuite is this is a little bit of a questionable pick. I think it's controversial, actually.
You think so?
I think so, because one of them that didn't quite make our list was the Twitter client.
Oh,
And people love the iPad Twitter client.
I thought it was just didn't they just buy some other
Yeah, they did.
Twitter app?
But this the iPad one is all new. So like they have a different interface, and it's like a layered kind of interface. But Hootsuite is very similar to that. So let's take a look at Hootsuite here. If we open it up, it's got a little owl there. Look at that cute little owl. It opens up here, and it has these interesting folders on the side. So you can see all of these different Twitter accounts that I control. So there's the iPad Show one, or my own, or a couple other ones that I do. And it loads it up. So you get your home feed, your mentions, your direct messages, pending tweets, sent tweets, all that fun stuff right in here. Or you can just get the overall listing. And this does a lot of different networks. So let's see if we can add some here. We can add a social network. So, how do you do this? I don't know how you do this. Anyway, we're not going to go through that because that would take up too much time. But
yeah, you can add Twitter, Facebook. I think they do
Foursquare,
LinkedIn even on this thing.
they may.
Yeah, all the cool stuff.
Let's see if we can do it this way. Oh, so yeah, I don't know how to do that. We're not going to worry about it because we're just trying to roll through these top 10 here.
Yeah.
But it puts it all in an interesting layout here. And what's cool about Hootsuite is they allow you to tweet things later, schedule tweets, really keep track of your Twitter presence, and work in teams. But as we said, this application is free with an asterisk.
Yeah.
A little asterisk. Because Hootsuite has recently changed their service
Ooh.
to make money. Well, you kind of have to do it. But Hootsuite has went to is it a freemium model?
Yeah.
They offer a free service that is very limited, but then they also have a paid service that is not so
yikes.
limited. Oh, yikes.
I don't know what I did.
Yes, you did the little thingy thing there. There we go.
There we go.
So-
Bump something.
Yeah. Hootsuite is cool.
They charge you per month or whatever above
Yeah.
5 accounts,
It's
so you're
like-
limited to 5 accounts.
Right. So the free version is limited to 5 accounts, and those can't be shared accounts.
No. Yeah, so
So-
if you're doing a team or whatever, which
Yeah.
is awesome, by the way.
It's
being
so
able
awesome.
to
I do it every day.
task people with replying and all the other
Mm-hmm.
good stuff. But, but everybody has to have a plan to make money.
Right.
So I can't hate on them too much.
Yeah. And they're really going for the corporate. For those features, they're going for corporate users.
Yeah.
But if you're just a user that has one Twitter account or a couple Twitter accounts and a Facebook account, this is perfect for you. You can do all the cool Twitter stuff. They have, well, there's lots of browser integration too that they do. But the Twitter app on iPad is just a really great, I'd say it's a dashboard, a Twitter social networking dashboard. It's the best social networking app of 2010.
For sure.
Totally. But we've also got a couple other things to talk about. When it comes to social networking, there's a lot of people in the game and a lot of people on the interweb here. And one of the big players, the biggest player in town, Google, they came in strong this year.
Number
they
3.
They have a lot of everything. Yeah, is this number 3?
Yep.
On our list here. Wow, we're really moving through these. Number 3, and this is kind of crazy that we put this so high because it's not even really a good app.
No. Well, it just
The
makes
app
life
itself.
so much easier if you're a Google user.
It is. It is the Google mobile app. And it gets our best web app integration of 2010. It is a free application for your iPad, and it just basically gives you an easy way to find all of the Google properties that are online. So let's take a look here and see what it does. Let's click that Google button, and it pops up with, a large list of stuff. Wow. So impressive. Not really that
it makes it
impressive.
nice, though, that, whenever there's an update or any new stuff or whatever that's specifically designed for the iPad, it shows up here. But anything that
True.
you click on this list can be added to your home screen as a link
Exactly.
and then directly launched.
So there's kind of two worlds for this app. There's a search app, and one of the searches that I did in here was taking a shower during a thunderstorm. That's interesting.
And it has voice search.
It has voice search. So let's do this. The iPad App Show. And let's see what it comes up with. The iPod App Show. That's not us.
Do they think we're from Boston?
Yeah.
Can you hand me my iPad?
What should we search for? Best iPad apps of 2010. Best iPhone apps of 2000.
Maybe do Coney dogs.
Best Coney dogs in Jackson, Michigan. Best coffee dogs in Jackson, Michigan.
Really?
It's not perfect, but it's learning.
This is weird. It works much better on Android than it does on the iPad.
But what it does also is it gives you variations of those if you go back. And we're looking for best collie dogs? No. Best copy dogs? No.
Maybe they don't know what
Coney.
Conies are.
Connie? Best Connie dogs? Close. But
Boom,
no
boom.
Coney. Anyway, that's not why we're reviewing this app. We're reviewing it because it has a great listing of all of these all of these web applications that you can use from Google that are compatible with the iPad. So like all this stuff like Gmail, calendars, docs, talk, buzz, reader, news, books, photos, Orkut, weird, translate, maps, YouTube, and Earth.
You seriously don't know what Orkut is?
I don't care. I know what it is.
Oh, you shouldn't care. I just find it entertaining.
Why is it even in here?
It's like a social network that only people in Brazil use. And it's like, that sounds like an obscure joke, but it's true. It's a social network by Google
For Brazilians.
for Brazilians.
We reviewed books a couple of weeks ago on the thing, and this is cool. I mean, you just click that, it takes you to books. You go shopping, takes you to the new books section here. You can find all these cool books right on your iPad.
Yeah, and of course, if you do the bookmark,
Yeah.
and then you can set as a home screen icon, and boom,
Yeah, so
behaves just like an app.
I've bookmarked the Google Books thing in here, and there it is right there. You just click it, and it launches Google Books. Actually, I think this is an app, but
That is an app.
yeah, never mind. Listen to Lane on that
Don't negate the premise.
one. Lane is correct on that one. But Google mobile apps, it's awesome. They got tons of stuff in there. And they've really been going at apps in a different way.
Yeah.
They have been kind of making a lot of their stuff cross-platform compatible because they've got a horse in the race with Android.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A bunch of horses in the race, actually.
Yeah, but at least they haven't. They've been focusing a lot on, like, if you look at the Maps application, obviously for Android, it's much better than iPhone and iPod. I mean
What?
iPad.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. But I mean that for all their web properties and everything, they're definitely pushing it, trying to push HTML5 at the same time as pushing their own Android platform. Because the idea is they win either way.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But you don't know, by the Google Maps, you 2-finger scroll and then it goes into 3D mode and you can see the buildings and stuff like in New York.
On Android?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll show you after the show.
that's not right. That's not right.
Sorry.
It used to be really good on the other thing.
Well, they used to be the same, but
Yeah. But that has changed. Many things have changed.
Cuts like a knife.
True that. Well, one of the things that hasn't changed is one of our top. Is this number one? No, this is number two.
Number 2.
Number 2 is
Dose.
the number 2 app of 2010. Keeps you connected. This iPad you carry around with you all the time. It is Dropbox.
Boom.
Boom. Dropbox for the iPad. It brings all of the stuff that you have on your computer with you, wirelessly syncs it all into your iPad. If it will start up here. Come on. You can do it. Do it. It just updated. I downloaded an update to this right before the show. So it might be a little slow right now.
But it is free.
It is free. And it's awesome when it works.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about the iPad is storing of files. You know what I mean? You have to sync up every time you want to move a file back and forth from the computer. It only works with specific apps. But Dropbox behaves a little bit differently, right? It kind of has this, cloud storage for cloud storage's sake.
Mm-hmm.
And it works on the iPad, works on Mac and PC, of course. But it also works for Android, iPhones, pretty much just about any platform.
Right. Yeah,
So-
and it's an interesting way to do things. I mean, you can just load up anything you pull into that folder on your laptop or on your desktop will automatically sync with your other Dropbox stuff with your account here. So I've got a bunch of different folders in here. Why do I have a fonts folder in there? Oh, because between computers, laptops.
There you go.
But you also have, it comes with this little handy guide here, this little PDF. You can scroll through and read what it does exactly.
Wow, that was a PDF. That's some pretty impressive PDF rendering.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. And then there's some other stuff we have for podcasts in here. Let's see. We have the app show stuff that I keep on Dropbox because I never know when I'm going to need it for doing a live show or something. This is what I used when we did a live show in Ohio, is I threw all of our assets that we use in the show, all the bumpers and files and everything, I just threw them in Dropbox so that I know even if I had to use somebody else's laptop, I could just download them from Dropbox.
There you go.
So we've got our little intro song here that you can load up. We've got our logos here. It just takes a second. Boom, load it up. This is synced, so if I change it on the computer, it'll change it here. I can just dump. This is some stuff that I did for like portfolio stuff. I just keep my client information stuff in here. Probably don't want to show too much of that. But for clients, I can just keep all their stuff in there. So if they ever want to see a design I'm working on for their website or something, this is one that I didn't fully get done, but we were proposing this as a web design, and I was working with a partner to do the design, and he'd just throw his designs in the Dropbox. I'd throw mine in, then we'd go meet with the client with the iPad, just show them our Dropbox stuff, and it was awesome.
It was that easy.
It was that easy. If only they would have chose our design, it would have been even easier. But yeah,
So that's the Dropbox app, right?
Dropbox, and it is free.
Awesome app.
Kind of free.
Kind of free
There
because you got to
should be an
pay for
asterisk.
stuff above a certain
Above like
amount.
2 gigs.
That's for most people.
Yeah.
That's enough. You're only doing documents basically, not music files.
Couple
and stuff.
photos, maybe a couple music files, but a lot of documents
Yeah.
and simple stuff.
Which is fine. Like I said,
And
that's fine for most people.
the iPad, I mean, you want to stay mobile with your iPad. You want to stay. You don't want to have this thing plugged in because it isn't a desktop. It's not a laptop. This is a mobile computer. Dropbox keeps you mobile, keeps you going, gives you what you need.
Definitely.
Something else you need is to be entertained. And we think we do a pretty good job of entertaining people around here, don't we?
Yeah, we try, but
the number one app of 2010 is definitely Netflix. Netflix really hit it out of the park this year.
Yeah.
It is like the year of Netflix, and the iPad is no exception. If I can find the app on the iPad here, I will demonstrate a little bit of it for you. But basically, if you've used Netflix before, we're talking about Netflix streaming here, which is different than what Netflix has historically been known for.
Which
Usually
is DVD delivery,
DVD
right?
rental delivery, kind of through the mailbox, kind of old-fashioned killing trees and plastic, hurting baby
Pumping
whales.
the oil. And
Oil discs through your oil guzzling trucks mailbox.
You've seen this is, I know it's slightly off topic, so I'll take the lower third off because it's slightly off topic.
Okay.
But you've seen the Simpsons intro, right, where they're making all the Simpsons paraphernalia, know, and they got the dead unicorn or whatever, like licking the envelopes and stuff.
That's kind of what it's like. But Netflix has seen the light, and their streaming service has been doing amazing. And on the iPad, it is quite the experience. So let me see if I am logged in here. Now, there's a bunch of different ways you can use Netflix. You can use it on your laptop, on your desktop. I do have to log in here, so let's wait before we go here.
All right.
Do you use Netflix?
No, but believe me, I am so close to signing up now, just for Google TV.
We used it we've probably watched about 15 hours of stuff this weekend
On the Google TV?
on Google TV.
I think that's where the
amazing.
sweet spot really is. So Google needs to kind of lean on that partner a little bit more. Because obviously everybody else is kind of abandoning them, leaving them high and dry.
Yeah. So I think we're logged in here.
All right.
All right. So, wait a second. These are not my movies. Just kidding. That's what's a little awkward about this.
It's not my bag, I swear.
So, see? Okay, so we can immediately start playing the Joan Rivers movie right here.
Because that's what you want.
A piece of work. Yeah. It loads up with all your watch instantly stuff. Let's resume this movie here. We're 50 minutes into 50 of 61 minutes of the Zach Galifianakis live at the Purple Onion. You just click it. It starts loading up here. This is a beautiful thing. And this syncs. We were watching this down on the Google TV. This syncs up with the iPad here, and it just keeps playing. So you could be watching this in your living room and be like, okay,
Nature calls and
time to nature calls. My beard is too thick. I must go upstairs. Okay, we won't play much of that because he's pretty filthy dirty.
yeah, in the lawsuits. Oh, the lawsuits
Right.
you'll have.
But you can see, what is it? No, stop. Stop. Please. Stop
Oh,
playing.
yeah. Why don't you just hit the back button?
I did.
Never mind.
Am I missing something here?
I'm talking about because it's what I'm used to.
Oh.
A physical
Here we
back
go.
button.
Whatever. This ain't Android. This is better than Android.
I can tell.
Stop. It. See, look at that. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do right there.
just panic.
Just hit buttons.
But this is everything that you can do on your computer streaming Netflix. You can do
Right.
it on the iPad.
So, the interface isn't that great. I mean, the interface is really kind of poopy here. It's their website.
Yeah. But it's got a search box.
Netflix has to get their game on here. Well, the new Google TV one has a search box too.
Yeah, which was a giant feature improvement.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could let's search for a skate movie. We like to skateboard around here. And watch instantly. They give you a couple different options. Watch instantly. Skate Europe. Skate more. Skate around the town. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what any of these are, if they're any good. But there's something about a Dogtown.
You should
I've
look
heard
up
that one was
Airbud.
Airbud. No. But you can go right here. If it's watch instantly, you can click the play button and it'll start loading up Dogtown. This isn't, and then starts playing it. Even if it's not in your instant queue. Before, they were having a couple issues before when this app first came out, is you had to actually have stuff in your instant queue. Or that wasn't for this, but
Not
Netflix.
anymore.
Netflix is just a really, they don't have the newest movies, but they have tons and tons of good content on there. And really, the iPad, when it comes down to it, when the day is done and you're looking to use your iPad, really the thing that you do is use it for entertainment, because it's just a great media device.
You're mostly the best entertainment app for the year. I
Yeah.
agree.
Best entertainment app.
Nice list.
Free if you are a Netflix subscriber,
Yeah.
which you all should be.
And cheap to subscribe if you're
It's
not.
like $8 a month,
Yeah.
which is a lot cheaper than a night out at the movies. I'll tell
It's
you.
less than the cost of dial-up.
It's a lot cheaper than going to go see Tron in 3D IMAX. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Well, but you don't get the experience, Dave.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh well.
The wonderful experience of being disoriented by a 4-story 3D confusing movie.
Yeah. Tron, what did you go watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was amazing,
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about watching it.
dude.
I was impressed. I'm man enough to admit I was impressed by the 3D in what the heck was that one show?
Avatar?
In Avatar.
Yeah.
So
I
I can admit that.
Okay, I'll admit this then. I was impressed. I was impressed by the 3D in the Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh yeah.
It was actually good.
Nice.
I thought it was even a little better than in Tron.
Really?
They went a little over the top in Tron.
Oh.
There's just something about 3D that just doesn't do it for me yet. So, but that's what I go to the movies for now. I mean, if I'm going to watch a movie at the movie theater, I want it to either be in 3D or in IMAX,
True.
or to be just amazing.
It's got to be an experience.
Anything else? Netflix on the iPad or Google TV. It's
Done.
good enough.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
saves a lot of money.
So, do you want to cover a couple news stories? I guess.
Well, let's
to
do
close out the year.
a really quick rundown of some of the ones that we left off the list of the top 10. This will round out our top 20
Good
for
idea.
the year. It is a good idea.
If you want to find out, if you want to read these yourself,
Right.
you can go right onto the iPad Show.
Yeah.
You just go to iPadshow.com.
Mhm.
And of course, we'll have beautiful links to install all these apps.
We will. And to start it off, the rest of the top 20, Solo Synth. A really amazing little keyboard. Like, it blows all the other keyboard applications out of the water.
Nice.
It's just Solo Synth. I haven't heard very many people talk about it. It's kind of one of those hidden applications, but you can even record your own voice into the app and then play it back. It's like, it's awesome. Solo Synth, mind-blowing keyboard application for, it's like a musical thing. It didn't quite make it in the top 10, but it's in the top 20. Solo Synth. Infinity Blade.
Oh, of course.
Amazing graphics. First person kind of like
Slasher.
slasher
We just reviewed it.
epic. Yeah, we reviewed it on the
So,
show. Another one that's really fun that shows, it's called Pro Prompter. It shows interesting uses for the iPad. You kind of put the iPad up and you can read it. So you put it like right below your video camera and then you read it and it looks like you're looking at the camera.
and if you're
Where the camera
adventurous, you
is.
can mod out the case.
Yeah, what I
So
did, I drilled some holes in the iPad case so I could hang it right below my camera.
And it worked out well.
It works out great. It has an iPhone companion application that you can control the speed of the scrolling of the text. It's crazy. Another great application in the reader category here, Goodreader is a great way to sync up all your PDFs from either your laptop. It does this cool Wi-Fi syncing thing where you can just you can send stuff over through your browser
Nice.
to it. That's how you can get pictures. Like, I've had to load a lot of people's iPads with pictures, and I can't sync it to my own computer because it's not on my account.
Yeah, you got
So
to
I
reset up everything.
I use Goodreader to just get them on there through the back door of Goodreader.
Get it done.
Get it on there, get it done, and it's good. Goodreader is a great reading application. Another one, Evernote. If you're taking notes, you want to sync them. Evernote has an awesome iPad app, an awesome iPhone app, a good web app, and
Awesome Android.
Android.
App. Yeah,
So,
they are cross-platform. And BlackBerry.
and they're still around.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I have seen the BlackBerry app, though. It's pretty good.
If you have a BlackBerry Torch, there
If
go.
you did that to yourself. Sorry. It's like if you have a Palm Pre and you bought it this year.
But Evernote, great application. Staying in that line of productivity.
Yeah.
OmniFocus. Dude, this is a great productivity application for managing what you're doing online. It's very expensive. Too expensive. But it's an amazing app.
How much is it? Do you know?
It's like $39.
Oh.
$49.
Wow.
It's really, really, really expensive.
Jeez.
It's either $39 or $49. $39.
These are the guys going with the price at what you think it's worth, so people know.
No. They just charge that much.
Yeah.
And they also have an iPhone app also, which is $29. Around $29.
Gosh.
And a Mac app that's like $60.
I'm telling you.
So-
only.
When I got into this, I was like, okay, I want to do this right. Spend $150. There you go.
Did
Productivity.
you? No, you didn't.
Totally.
Do you feel like you've got $150 worth of use out of it?
No.
Do you feel like you would have gotten the $30 or $40 worth of use out of it for just one platform?
Maybe.
Okay.
I think they should have a universal app that's maybe $30 or $40.
Yeah.
Not two separate
Stomach
ones.
that a little bit easier.
I could have done that. Another one, talking about cross compatibility, Xmarks.
Ooh.
This one's cool.
Yeah.
It brings your bookmarks from your PC, laptop, Mac, iPhone, all into Xmarks. If you install Xmarks on all those, on multiple PCs or Macs or whatever, then you can sync those all together. And this is a new feature, and it also syncs your tabs. So it'll
Oh,
show you all of the tabs that you have open on those separate browsers.
nice.
So you could just log into Xmarks here. If there was a tab you had open on your desktop at home, boom, click it, you're there.
Jeez, that is nice.
It doesn't quite integrate with Safari. If it were to integrate with Safari, it would be in the top 10. But not there yet.
Whose fault is that really, though? Right?
Not Xmarks' fault.
No.
Another one. These are kind of two of the same ones here. Usfora, which is a Twitter client. Really great. Kind of the underdogs in the Twitter race here. They got some... It's a really cool interface for their Twitter client. And, of course, Twitter for iPad is a really great Twitter client also. It's interesting.
I have a good source that says it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah?
You.
Oh, yeah. No, it's good, but I like some of the more... some more of the integration of...
Yeah.
Hootsuite.
Well, even on Android, I don't use the official Twitter client. I use TweetDeck.
If I'm wanting to Twitter for myself, just get in there, get some Twitter done, then I'll use Twitter for iPad or Twitter
yeah.
on the iPhone. It's nice, simple, streamlined, but it doesn't have the power I need as a power user.
True.
Yeah. And speaking of news, I don't know why I said that. That was a bad transition, but the best the best news application of 2010, not in our top 10, but it's the CNN application. We
Well,
reviewed
they're
it.
like number 1 or 2, right? As
Yeah.
far as Twitter users go.
Yeah, they're up there. But CNN, they are ranked the number 1 news app in the iTunes store. So,
Yeah.
and it's a really great app. I mean, we reviewed it last week on the show. They did a big update and really brought it. And they integrate push notifications and all sorts of cool stuff. So
Yeah, so you can be all up on what you want to know.
CNN is doing it right. So if you need news, CNN's the place to go. So
Awesome.
that's it for our app reviews of 2010. Lots of good stuff. Make sure to visit the iPad Show at iPadshow.com to find out that full list, links on how to buy it, prices, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Do we have a news story? Well, it's the New Year's. The New Year is coming up here.
Yeah.
A lot of rumors are spreading. A lot of rumors. What is going to happen? And the iPad, is there going to be an iPad 2.0? A new one? Rumors. Verizon. Smaller. Bigger. Cameras. Crazy things. A lot of stuff has been leaking out, like new iPad case designs.
Yeah.
With like molded corners. What?
Yeah.
Weirdness.
MacBook Air like corners.
MacBook Air, iPod Touch like corners.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
That's an interesting.
Touché.
This I like the boxy design. It kind of goes with the iPhone.
Yeah.
I like it.
Do you think the iPhone's going back to the iPod Touch style?
I hope not. I
Yeah.
like
You
how
don't like the
it is.
plastic and
I mean,
everything?
if there was one that was half this size, I could see that, like an iPad Nano, an iPad smaller.
Yeah, they got that too.
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean,
There's a prototype of that floating around somewhere. I mean, it might never see the light of day. I'm not saying iPad Nano is for sure. But just like Windows for ARM computers, that it's there somewhere.
yeah.
And the Mac OS for the Intel computers. You remember when that was a big rumor?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, whatever. It's like, oh, there's this version of
Oh yes,
Mac OS 10 that runs on Intel.
right. I'm sure they have like 50 different sizes of iPads,
Yeah.
up to like the wall pad, like a TV. Oh, a
The
TV.
bed pad that you can lay on.
Oh, that just doesn't sound right.
Call it the mattress pad.
All right.
There we go.
Well, I think that pretty much wraps up the show. There was one other news story with Apple kind of getting in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
What is this?
Lawsuits.
Lawsuits. Always lawsuits.
Well, Apple has allowed advertisers to access iPhone and iPad owners' data.
Uh-huh.
So, like location, all kinds of
Yeah.
inappropriate things. But there's been 2 lawsuits filed against Apple concerning it. So, it's just one of those. How far is too far when it comes to advertising?
Yeah.
There's this line hasn't quite been drawn, and what one of the federal agencies now are talking about. They put out these rules of privacy online, and I don't know. I think that 2011 is going to be when a real discussion starts happening, as far as how close the advertising, how customized, quote unquote, or targeted it can get, before people start realizing that they are targeting you specifically. And that means that they know X, Y, and Z about you specifically.
I say welcome to the future.
Yeah.
Minority Report is here, and it's for you.
But the point is,
It's
my
magical.
point is anyway, whether it's right or wrong, or that's what we should or shouldn't be doing,
Right.
like we should have the discussion. Nobody's
yeah.
even talked about any of this. It's just, here's
People-
this ad platform, and we're doing it.
People at least need
All
to
right.
know. Yeah. I mean, because it really isn't that much different in its current form. It's not that much different than what is around on the web.
Yeah.
People don't realize that either.
But it's it's just the extra bit of the location data being tied in as well.
But the location data doesn't get as detailed. It's the same detail level as the web. It's not specific GPS coordinates.
Okay. But even so,
Yes.
that begs the question of how targeted do you want it? I mean, like, just because you're comfortable with not just Joe Blow person, but Joe Blow Corporation knowing where you live and where you are right now.
Right, with Apple knowing that.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter who, you know what I mean, who Apple knows that Apple's sharing it with, whatever.
They're sharing city information.
Yeah,
So they're
but my
saying
point
someone
is
from Jackson.
even to let them know what city you're in, like, you should be able to make that decision.
Right.
Yes or no, not just have the decision made for you automatically.
Well, anytime you go onto the internet, that same information is shared.
True. And I see what you're saying, but I don't think that it should be. You know what I mean? Like, I think that should be back up. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of information should have to be authorized by the consumer, revealed by the consumer, not revealed, and then some complicated way to opt out of it.
That's an interesting take on it.
So, but that's the conversation that I'm talking about that we have not even had.
Yeah.
So, as these devices become more prevalent this year, which 2011 is definitely going to be the year of the tablet with Apple leading the way.
Yes.
These are the kind of things that are going to come up to ordinary people who never even had a reason to be concerned about who knows what, where you're at, and why you should even worry about that.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, it does affect the tablets a little bit, but this even more affects smartphones and mobile, like specifically mobile devices.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to see
For
a lot of
sure.
that play out. But the iPad is just an extension of that. So,
We're all along for the ride.
I think
gonna
it's
be fun.
exciting. I like it. I don't want privacy.
Yeah.
I have a webcam in my spare bedroom. I have a webcam studio. We are in. Yeah, never mind. It sounds creepy when you say it that way.
I have a webcam studio
I have a webcam
in my spare
bedroom.
Bathroom adjacent.
Alrighty, well, I think we've creeped out all of our listeners now.
That's
so
right. That's the
thank
power
you.
of the beard.
Yes.
So if you want to catch some more of this, definitely check out iPadshow.com. You can search for videos, search for apps, search for news. All the show notes are on there, and search a bowl.
It's great stuff. It is highly entertaining. And if you want more of this kind of stuff, between shows, we are on Twitter. We've got it. Oh, somebody just tweeted me right then. And our username is iPad Show. So it's just at iPad Show. If you want to even watch these on YouTube, you can. You can go on there, watch them. YouTube.com/The iPad Show.
No .com.
No .com at the end of the iPad Show. But YouTube.com/The iPad Show.
There you go.
Good stuff. Watch them on your iPad or whatever. Fun stuff. And we will be back next week with some more great news. CES is coming up. Lots of stuff going to be coming out.
Yeah.
If you have news for us, send it our way. We like to review things. We don't have anything this week, but we do have some cool things laying around, like our skadoosh and our little iPad stands from
the
last week.
biodegradable iPad stand.
Yeah, it's awesome stuff. So thank you for watching, and we appreciate it. We will see you next week. Yeah.
Skadoo.
Skadoo.